Snack City is growing once again, and this time I made some mini chili beef and cheese tacos. Each of these tacos have about 84 calories and 5.4 grams of protein, and you can keep them in your freezer for easy access to snacks. Here's how you make them. Place a large pot over medium-high heat and drop in 2 pounds or 908 grams of 90-10 ground beef. Usually when I cook ground beef, I'll leave it be when I first put it in the pot so that it can properly brown. However, for this recipe, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm breaking up the beef into smaller pieces the best I can with a spatula, and then next I add in 1 tablespoon or 8 grams each of chili powder and cumin, then 2 teaspoons or 6 grams each of paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder. Mix those spices into the beef and keep hacking away at the pieces. Next, you'll add in 6 ounces or 170 grams of tomato paste, as well as 1 cup or 240 grams of water. Continue to stir and break down that meat. I want this beef to be super fine in consistency and soft. One of the ways that you can achieve this is by cooking it in water. Think Taco Bell beef texture. That is what the goal is. It may seem counterintuitive to cook it in water, but for whatever reason, it works. I was craving chili dogs last week, so I made a pot of hot dog chili and I had a bunch left over. So I took some of that excess and I put it into a tortilla, and it was incredible. So I knew I needed to figure something out for how to get these into Snack City. After a couple minutes of cooking, you can add in 1/4 of a cup or 32 grams of flour to help that pot thicken. I used oat flour, and it appears that Taco Bell and other similar meat recipes use oats as well. I'm not entirely sure what the reason for this is, but regular flour should do the trick if you don't want to make oat flour in your blender. Give it a light sprinkling of salt and pepper and allow this pot to lightly boil and become thicker as the water boils off. Keep stirring and breaking up any large pieces of beef as it cooks. You want to think about putting this mixture into a tortilla to form a taco. If it's too watery, it isn't going to stay in the tortilla. Keep cooking and reducing the mixture down until you get to this point. Once you have a consistency that isn't liquidy and it stays together like you are seeing here, you can give it a taste test and season with salt to your liking. Next, measure out 1 cup or 112 grams of shredded cheese and place it into a bowl for when you create your assembly line for the tacos. For those tacos, I'm going to be using these mini 3-inch corn tortillas. Forming the tacos is a bit of a labor of love. Heating the tortillas so they don't crack is annoying, but it's a step that you can't skip if you want to use corn tortillas. Heat a large dry skillet over medium-high heat and add in some of those mini 3-inch corn tortillas to heat up. Once they start steaming and softening, you can flip them over to the other side and fill them with the beef mixture. I use a 1-ounce cookie scoop or 28 grams and plop down a scoop onto each tortilla. Then I take a spoon and spread out the meat on one half of the tortilla and sprinkle a light 2-finger pinch of cheese over the top. Then fold the meat side over the empty side so that the weight from the beef will help the tortilla stay closed. If any of the beef is trying to sneak out, you can just push it back into the tortilla with a spoon. Continue cooking the tacos for a minute or two on each side so that the tortillas can brown up a bit, and then place them onto a sheet pan to cool. Keep going through this process until all of your tacos have been formed. I ended up yielding 47 of the tacos with the 28-gram scoops. Your mileage may vary depending on the size of your tortillas and your scoops. Obviously, if you can't find the mini tortillas, your tacos will be slightly larger and you will yield less. If you have a griddle, that would be a much better choice to heat these tortillas, as you would probably be able to do 10 of them at a time and it would halve the time it takes you to prep these. Another option would be to use flour tortillas. You could toss a stack of the flour tortillas in the microwave for a few seconds and then lay them flat and fill them all at the same time. The flour tortillas won't be at risk of cracking because they contain gluten. Once you've made your way through all the beef, have all of your tacos formed, and they are sitting nicely on your sheet pan, you can place this into the freezer and allow them to freeze solid before you store them away for the long haul. I place the sheet pan uncovered into my freezer for a few hours and come back to it when they are ready. If you can't fit a sheet pan in your freezer, you may have to stack up some plates with the tacos. After they have solidified in the freezer, I transfer them into some fresh and safe vacuum bags from ZWILLING, the sponsor of today's video. I like to vacuum seal all of my snacks for Snack City because it helps them keep fresh for up to 5 times longer than non-vacuum sealed bags. The nice thing about these fresh and safe bags is that they are resealable, so you can open them, grab out a snack-sized portion, and re-vacuum the bag to put it back in the freezer. Once the bags are filled, I zip up the top and then use the handheld pump to suck out all of the air. Now with the tacos inside and the air removed, I can move these bags into the freezer where they will stay fresh for months or until I eat through all of the tacos. If you're interested in your own fresh and safe system, I'm partnering with ZWILLING to give TMPM Nation 10 extra medium bags for free with the purchase of a 7-piece starter set. There's a link in the description below to check it out. Thanks again to ZWILLING for supporting the channel. When snack time rolls around and I need to reheat some of these tacos, I pull a bag from the freezer and I use the air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 degrees Celsius for about 5 to 7 minutes. I don't even use oil when I reheat these, I just toss them in the air fryer and let them go. If you don't have an air fryer, you could reheat these using the oven. I would use the same temperature, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but they're going to need to take a bit more time. Everything is already cooked, so all you need to do is reheat them. Once they're hot in the center and crispy on the outside, you can pull them out. Each of these mini chili beef and cheese tacos has about 84 calories and 5.4 grams of protein. You can serve them with a side of salsa, a side of cheese sauce. I just eat them plain. The full written version of this recipe with all the steps and ingredients listed is published on my website, and that is linked in the description below. Prepping 1 or 2 snack recipes every couple of weeks will keep your freezer stocked for the long haul. Not only is keeping a fully stocked Snack City great for snack time, but it also helps when you don't have any food for meals. You open up your freezer and find a full buffet of snacks, and that will help keep you well fed.